In the upcoming episode of Tasacak Deniz, Elani will finally learn the secret. However, this will be a new source of sadness for Elani. She will be angry at Esme for keeping quiet. At the same time, she will want to tell Adil the truth. Elani will want to say to Adil, "Your daughter didn't die, I am your daughter." But she won't be able to do this, because she's aware that this is a huge matter, and if Adil finds out, he will kill everyone. She will both lose her father and be responsible for it. Elani will also understand why Esme kept quiet, and Elani will have to keep quiet too. However, they will need an excuse to stop Adil. They will make up a secret that Oruç doesn't want to tell. Everyone will agree on this story and tell it to Adil, and it will take a bit more time for Adil to learn about Elani. During this time, Elani will have been reunited with her mother and will share everything she couldn't share with her. Esme was already trying to get to know Elani. Now Elani will try to get to know her mother. She will want to learn how she got pregnant and listen to the lullaby she sang while pregnant. Even though Adil doesn't know, the three of them will live a happy family life. Of course, Elani has another big problem. That's the possibility of losing her profession, and they will look for new ideas to solve this problem. For example, they could create false information that Elani reported this conflict. They will do everything to save Elani, because if Elani can't practice medicine, she won't want to stay here anymore. Maybe she'll want to go back to university. That's why everyone will unite to save Elani from this trouble. After everything comes out, Sheriff won't allow them to paint a happy family picture. That's why he'll do everything to destroy this family. He tried to put Adil in prison but failed. He tried to hold Esme captive, but Esme managed to escape. This time, Sheriff's target will be Elani. He will try to kill Elani again. This time, he'll try to kill her with his own hands. He will plan to make Adil and Esme experience the pain of losing a child once more. There's a mysterious power behind Sharif. Although Sharif shouldn't normally have money, there's a great financial power behind him. We don't know who this power is. I don't think it's Melon. Because if it were Melon, they would have cooperated with Sharif in the incident of Oruç being shot. But I think the power behind Sharif is someone different. This power comes from a new character. I think this character will be Fatih. Soon, Zarif's third son, Fatih, will join the series. Oruç has also started getting close to Adil at ISO. When Fatih arrives, he will be a great power for Sharif. He will stand by Sheriff, both financially and morally, and will inflame the hostilities. Next week, the police will take Adil to get his statement. Something Sheriff has been waiting for will happen. That's the emergence of the gun. The gun will be missing. This gun will have fallen into someone else's hands. Neither Adil nor Sheriff will be able to find the gun. That's why this matter will drag on a bit longer. Sheriff will also wonder where this gun went. He will be angry both at Gökhan and at the person he handed the gun to. But this gun won't be around. Although Adil will be on edge, he will realize that Sheriff doesn't have anything in his hands. Where the gun is will be a mystery. For now, he will continue his life normally. But there will be the possibility of the gun emerging at any moment. In this episode, there were also strange things about Gökhan. His sudden disappearance and sudden appearance was a strange situation. There could be cooperation between Gökhan and the people who took the gun. In fact, the person hiding the gun could even be Gökhan. I think there are other things we don't know about Gökhan. For example, Gökhan has no mother and father. Sheriff raised that child. There could be a story we don't know behind this. Gökhan could even turn out to be Sheriff's stepbrother or even son. If such a possibility exists, a desire for revenge could emerge. What do you think? Do you think Gökhan could be in a game? Adil will learn that Eyüp Han tried to kidnap Fadimi. This will anger Adil greatly and he will attack Eyüp Han, demand an account. But because Amir Uncle is in between, Adil will also back down and will get a promise from Eyüp Han. He will say, "Stay away from my sister." Eyüp Han will be sad about what happened and will agree to stay away from Fadim. But Eyüp Han's jealousy towards Iso won't pass. He will be in a potential to shoot Iso at any moment. Iso will also learn that Fadim was kidnapped that day and will demand an account from Eyüp Han. There will be a big fight between Eyüp Han and Iso. Fadim and Iso will decide to continue this marriage as friends. However, neither of their feelings will ever be just friendly. Iso will start striving for this marriage to become real. Fadim will notice that there's interest towards her in Iso's attitudes. This situation will scare Fadim. Feeling cornered, Fadim will start running away from Iso. ISO will continue to stay at the mansion as a live-in son-in-law. He will once again see that the Kacheris are not as terrible people as they thought. He will find the peace here that he couldn't find in his own family. This situation will drive his mother Zarif crazy. Zarif will start putting pressure on her son to come home as soon as possible. Fadime will also notice that ISO is in a difficult situation, and therefore they will decide to go back and forth between the Fortuna and Kocheri mansions in turns. This process will be quite difficult for them, because ISO and Fadim will have to act as if they're really married, sleeping and waking up in the same room, standing side by side, appearing intimate, will be a great test for both of them. During this time, Fadim will learn the big secret. When she learns that Elani is actually her brother's daughter, she will experience great shock. She will now understand much better why Shirin wanted to marry her and ISO so much. Because if Adil learns this truth, he will want to kill everyone. He will try to destroy the Fortunas, to dry up their lineage. But now he won't be able to touch Iso. This situation will be the biggest obstacle in front of Adil. Zarif will start being a mother-in-law to Fadim. She will try to put pressure on Fadim. At this point, ISO will intervene and protect his wife against his mother. A jealousy will slowly grow inside Zarif. Love will silently begin for ISO and Fadim. They will fall in love with each other without even realizing it. However, there will also be those who suspect the marriage is fake. Especially Ayub Han will constantly observe them and will never believe in the reality of this marriage. His only goal will be to expose this fake marriage. That's why ISO and Fadim will need to be very careful. At the same time, in this episode, Adil hugged Iso and actually signed a peace with him. He will completely entrust his sister to him. We will watch a strong brotherly relationship between Iso and Adil. Sheriff will notice this situation and will accept it. ISO will try to convince his uncle by saying everything is a role. Sheriff will ask ISO to bring him news from the Kocheri mansion. He will release ISO on this condition. ISO will continue his secret agreement with Adil and continue to deceive Sheriff. Meanwhile, the tension between the two families will continue to escalate despite the temporary peace. Melon will become increasingly suspicious of the growing bond between Adil and ISO. She will sense that something is not right and will start her own investigation. Her jealousy and ambition will push her to uncover the truth behind Elani's identity. Melon has always been cunning and manipulative, and she won't rest until she finds out what everyone is hiding. This could lead to dangerous consequences for everyone involved. On the other hand, Esme will struggle with her maternal instincts. After years of believing her daughter was dead, having Elani so close yet unable to openly claim her as her daughter will be torture. She will want to shower Elani with all the love she couldn't give her for years, but she must restrain herself to protect everyone. The emotional burden will become heavier each day, and she might reach a breaking point where she can no longer keep the secret. Additionally, Shirin will play a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance. She knows that one wrong move could destroy everything they've worked so hard to protect. She will become the mediator and the voice of reason, constantly reminding everyone of what's at stake